Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day. I beat the judges for Analytics Data Challenge. Today, my team and I would like to present our recommendation regarding the decision-making process with the plans for upcoming expansion in the foreign countries for Pizza Shop. Before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce our team. We are from Group 13 and I am the group leader. My name is Hanaza Prebinci Rizwan and this is my fellow members which is Oi Chin Rung, Gu Chinwei, and Tae Kwang Yong. For this presentation content, we will focus on the requirement of decision, needed data, recommendation, and supportive judgment on recommendation. For the first requirement, what decision are need to be made? The first of all is culture. In order to expand business to foreign country, a company need to consider the culture of the country. Since this is a food and beverages businesses, the company need to consider the community's preference of food and eating behavior. And the second is financing and costing. Before a business wants to open a new branch internationally, it is really important to consider the financing and cost. This is because each country has different costs due to currency exchange rates, and if it was to exchange the rate, the price of each country will bring much different. And the third is business case. It is really essential that the business case responds to the challenge, adversity, and rewards of expanding overseas. Some strategies need to be considered by perform the market study to understand the market's personality, economic feasibility, market trends, financial cost patterns, and market forecast. And finally is the competitors. By identifying competitors, the company could sustain in the market and always be prepared for business strategies. Second is what data is needed to inform those decisions. First is food preference of students. This will help to identify the student's appetite. And the second is student accommodation type. In order to identify will it be suitable if the business was open in a campus. And the third is average number of times eating out in a week. This will help to identify how many students will actually buy food on the campus. And the final is dining method. In order to identify the preference students on dining method, whether it is taking out, delivery, and etc. So what is your recommendation? Our recommendation is for the country of United Kingdom. We come, how did we come up with our recommendation is by comparing each three of the country, UK, Australia, and Singapore. First of all, we compare the average price of food. First, by comparing the average price, because this is in a student's point of view, we always want to take the cheapest average price of food because it is more affordable, and at the end of the month we could be survive if we have little money left. So by comparing each of this country, UK seems to offer the cheapest price with $5.88. And second is comparing the food preference. For our company, we sell mainly pizza and it was a white Western food. For UK, although the highest preference food is Chinese cuisine, but the mainly choice are Western food, and has become the choice of students. The proof is there were about 9 menus of pizza become the choice for almost 570 students. While in Singapore, the community Asian are found to be interested in fusion food. Students in Asia are found to seek for heavy and highly carbohydrate food such as nasi lemak, fried noodle, and nasi biryani. While in Australia, students are far more interested in sushi and fried chicken. Menu of pizza is only become the choices of only 2% of the students. So if we were about to set up the company in Australia, it will be given the hard time for us to sustain. So in conclusion, most of the students in UK prefer pizzas as their food. Next is dining method. In UK, it's shown that the students are prefer to take away their food compared to delivery. This could help the company to cut costs and manage business strategies by opening a drive-thru restaurant in the beginning of setup. After making profits, it could be expanding into a bigger restaurant and many more branches. In Singapore, most of the students prefer to dine in the restaurant, but the company needs to consider that as for this pandemic of COVID-19, the company needs to bear the risk and taking many precautions regarding healthy and hygienic in order to protect staff or students from getting infected. Dining method for Australia, same as in the UK, Australia students also prefer to take away instead of dining in or delivery. But in conclusion, although students of UK and Australia have the same preferences, our choice is still UK because of the average price of food are far more cheaper. The, the fourth is sum of average number of times eating out in the UK. In UK, average of the students of eating in a week are constantly high in a couple of weeks before it drastically fell. While in Singapore, it gradually increases before fell down drastically and maintain low. And lastly, in Australia, the number of students eating out it will gradually increase, and same as UK and Singapore, it fell. In conclusion, also each of three countries did not choose to eat out starting the end of the semester, but our company still choose UK because it was constantly increased in the beginning of the week. Finally, the type of accommodation. As you can see for UK, the highest type of accommodation become the choice of students are uni hostel. The same is Singapore and same as Australia. Most of the students in these three countries choose uni hostel as their accommodation. In UK, it was 57.29% of students stay in hostel, 54% for Singapore, and 50% for Australia. This makes our argument become much more stronger because it's shown that students in the UK has the highest percentage staying in the campus, which means there will be more customers to buy our product, and our company will become the supply in order to fulfill the demand of Western food for students. And that's it for our team on why UK become the choices for our company to expand our ways globally. Thank you.